Yeah, Mr. Ndlozi, is that you have young journalists. I'm glad you mentioned that the SANEF representatives are editors. You're quite right. The issue here is about young journalists who are now fearful of going to EFF briefings and writing critical...
Give me an example. Give me an example of a young journalist who's afraid. Are you young? Are you young?
I'm a young journalist.
Are you afraid? Because you can't give me a person who is.
I can tell you what my reservations are.
Karima Brown is scared of criticism, and I'm happy that she is. If she's scared, that's okay.
Wait, let me tell you what.
There's no young journalist, Koli, that is scared of coming to EFF events, of covering us. It's not true.
Let me tell you what my reservations will be if I went to an EFF media briefing tomorrow and wrote a story that is published on this station that is critical of the EFF. The first thing is that I'm going to get hate on my Twitter page. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, I'm holding
hate
on.
on Twitter page to say how Stratcom I am and how embedded I am as a journalist, and perhaps I should be targeted. Do you think that...
Have you not been critical of the EFF before?
I have written.
Have you been targeted? This is unique. Don't generalize it. This is unique. There is no targeting of people. There's no targeting of people who are critical of us. We're targeting people who have got an ideological agenda that is intimate with white monopoly capital represented by Pravin Gordhan against the EFF. They are embedded, they are fed information by people who are linked to the rogue unit. They work with them to discredit the EFF and its leadership. We have said who those people are who are intimate with that agenda of those individuals linked to Pravin Gordhan. That's why they even went to the Equality Court. That's where Pravin Gordhan went. They even cite him as one of the people that are targeted like them in their court papers. You have been critical. This station has been critical of us. I'm sitting here. Are you intimidated?
Absolutely not right now.
ENCA has taken a principled decision to stop covering this weekend's EFF elective conference. This after the party barred several news organizations from covering the event. These, according to the SA National Editors Forum, include the Daily Maverick, Scorpio, Amabungane and Report. ENCA has pulled its editorial and technical team from the conference in Johannesburg. Editor Jeremy Maggs says the EFF's decision is an attack on media freedom in the country and must be condemned in the strongest possible terms. He says it's regrettable the channel will not bring its audience news of the event, but ENCA has to take a firm stand on media freedom by showing solidarity with organizations barred from attending.
Solidarity with Amabunga and Daily Maverick and all that. And it's a very unfortunate decision because since we said we will no longer allow Amabungani to our events, that was at President Mugabe's memorial. ENCA has been covering us. It had never said since you said you don't welcome Amabungani, we'll stop covering you. And Daily Maverick. Now, comrades, I should make this point very clear. We welcome the withdrawal of the ENCA in all our events. And you must never go back and report that we banned the ENCA. They withdrew from our conference, meaning they withdrew from covering the EFF. So we don't want to see any ENCA anywhere in our events. So if that is going to be their attitude, let them bring it on. So we have not expelled them. We never had a problem with them. We said we have a problem with Amabungani. We announced it at President Mugabe. Since President Mugabe, I've been to ENCA so many times. They never asked me about Amabungan. Today I speak about Johan Rupert and what Rupert does to this country. They cut the feed and use Daily Maverick excuse.
As they wish. When you disagree with Rupert, he closes your bank account. When you disagree with Rupert, and mention Rupert's name in the Second National People's Assembly, he withdraws his cameras from ENCA. There is no ENCA in solidarity with Amabungane and Scorpio. The ENCA withdrew from this conference because we spoke about the Rupert. Because ENCA is owned by the Rupert, and you can't criticize them on their platform. They are censoring us. Yet they call themselves the Democrats, the people who protect the best constitution in the world. But when you disagree with them, they close their cameras. But when they criticize us and call us all types of things, we must listen to them. It was ENCA, the channel of Rupert, that said Julius Malema as a title. Julius Malema, the owner of EFF. They gave me a new title. And those are the people that when you relate with, you must treat them nicely. When they use their platforms to howl insults, because you don't have a TV, you can't say anything to them. The least we can do is to protect ourselves from such criminals who reduce the people's organization into an entity of an individual. What an insult to the poor masses of our people who have formed this organization. Today is belonging and owned by Julius Malema. ENCA must know that we will fight them to the grave. Media, just don't declare us an enemy. Because when you declare us an enemy, we shall treat you as an enemy. When you disagree with Rupert and mention Rupert's name in the Second National People's Assembly, he withdraws his cameras from ENCA. Because ENCA is owned by the Rupert, and you can't criticize them on their platform. They are censoring us.
We also try to tell you what to do and what not to do. We have the right to tell you what to do and what not to do.
Word from one of them. Can you please tell us what the engagement was with the police?
Which media news is this? Which media news is this?
All right, we're from ENCA.
Yeah, we don't understand.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay.